The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad is one of those Disney films I remember watching once on videocassette at my grandmother's house, and I never forgot all about it. I just basically remember it by heart. And basically, from when I saw it again, it still really holds up. Even as a Disney cartoon, it still really holds up. This is actually this is basically one of the last Disney animated films to have shorts. And this one, much like Fun and Fancy Free, they basically have two shorts. And they're kind of like the opposite. And what I mean is like, in the first short in Fun and Fancy Free, the first short was basically like a silent cartoon, but it was all done except for a narration by a certain person. And then the next one is all dialogue-y. This one, Ichabod and Mr. Toad, which is the first short, The Wind in the Willows, has a lot of dialogue from the characters, and in the other short, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, is basically all narration, with Bing Crosby doing the voice of some of the characters in a monologue. But from what I hear, both these films are pretty similar to the book. Even though I haven't read the book, but this is what I've been hearing about, that they're very faithful to the actual books themselves. The first is the Wind in the Willows. It's about an extremist named Mr. Toad, who is actually an actual toad. He loves everything. He basically likes to get everything that he wants to, that he actually sees. One time, he gets obsessed with motor cars. He saw a stolen red roadster, he just makes a deal with a guy named Weepy who owns a bar. So he basically traded him off his entire mansion for the car. But then they get thrown in court, and then and Weepy says that Toad stole the car, when basically he was the one that hired his goons to steal that car. So Mr. Toad gets thrown in jail, and then his friends were able to save him and stuff. He escapes from jail, convinces his friends that he didn't steal the car, and he made a deal with the guy, and then they try to get the deal back from him, so that way they could show it to the judge. And they have a really fun, entertaining chase scene as well, like a fun climax. There's a lot of stuff I really like about this short that makes me I love this one the most. Also in this film, I really love the cartoony animation. I love how the characters are all to scale. Every animal character is basically to scale along with the human characters. I also love how the other characters are. I love Mr. Toad. He's very enjoyably funny and very crazy as well. I love Mole and Rat. I like the Badger character. The horse is hilarious. So yeah, it's just a basic fun and very funny cartoon. And it definitely still really holds up for me. The next short is about The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. It's about a schoolmaster named Ichabod Crane who lives in a small little town. He's a school teacher. He has a girlfriend. He has a girlfriend named Katrina. Am I the only one that thinks that Katrina's design is very similar to Cinderella's design, which is the next film I'm going to talk about? Which, if you haven't seen in that movie yet, you'll probably get a glimpse of hey, that looks very similar to Cinderella. I don't mean to spoil anything, but yeah, that's pretty much how I remember. So yeah, he also has a bully named Brom Bone. I basically went to a he's dating Katrina mainly to get her money because he was this is one of those Disney characters that he's sort of a jerk, which is very cool and kind of interesting. But they also he goes into a Halloween party and then he hears a ghost story about the Headless Horseman that comes out once a night. And then once he crosses through the covered bridge, he loses his powers. Again, there's a lot of things I really like about this one, but I think The Wind in the Willows was the better film. It was the better story in this movie, but this one is still really great too. Ichabod Crane is pretty interesting for a character to be a jerk or something. He's more like the lovable jerk Honest John or Cusco from The Emperor's New Groove, but will have a little bit of a heart. I like Brom Bone. He's this goofy, bully character. I really like that song about the Headless Horseman. It's probably, I don't know if I can consider it as a Disney villain song, but it's a really fun song. Katrina has a very pretty design. Because I honestly got a thing for blonde chicks. or well, blonde ladies, I like to say. Like, I really like the big climax with the build up of the headless horseman. That part was really fun to watch. I liked what I watched it like a few times because it was that fun. I like how the headless horseman makes this crazy laugh, and then I like how he like swings his sword around and then like running away. I won't spoil the ending, but in the original book, I heard he actually dies, or something if I hear correctly. Overall, both these shorts are great. They go well all together, and I really enjoy them. They're constantly entertaining, and they're very funny. Well, if you want to see the funniest of all, then definitely watch The Wind in the Willows, which obviously you're going to see first when you first pop it in. And so that's my take on the Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, and I will see you in a little bit. I'm the Bostonian Critic, and I will see you later.